The most common type of join that you'll encounter. So let's take a look now. So here I've selected star from my orders table, and you can see we have the order time for each order, and we have customer ID and product ID. Now, product ID on its own isn't really that useful. I mean, we don't really know what product ID 1 is, what product ID 5 is, 3 is, etc. But if we were to select star from our products table, we can see that for each product ID we have a name. So this is much more useful information. So what if we wanted to select the product name field but also the order time from the order table? We'd have to do a join on the orders and the products table. So let's have a look at how we can do that now. So I want to join the products and the order table so that we get the product name field from the products table and the order time from the orders table. So we can write an inner join query to do this. So let's do that now. Let's select from orders. Now I've left the column blank for now. I'll fill that in a minute. So we select from orders, and we want to do an inner join on the next line with the products table. So this is how we do an inner join. We select from one table, and then we write inner join on the second table, and then we need to write on. Now the two tables have to have a column in common to do the join. So you can see here we have in the orders table we have a product ID field, and in the products table we have an ID field, and these are the two columns which are in common with each table. So after the on, we can type orders dot product ID. So this is saying from the orders table we have the product ID, and that's equal to the products table dot ID. So this is saying that the product ID column from the orders table is equivalent to the ID field from the products table. So when we do our join on the orders and the products table, we need to type on orders.productID equals products.id, and then of course we need to finish with a semicolon. So before we run this statement, let's now select our columns. So we wanted to select the name column from the products table, and we wanted to select the order time from the orders table. Now if we were just to type name and order time like this, like we normally do when selecting from a table, MySQL doesn't actually know which table to select the name field from and which table to select the order time from. Does it select it from the orders table or the products table? So again, we need to first type the table name. So in this case it's product, and then we need to do product.name, and then for order time we need to do the same. So we need to do orders.order time, and actually the table name is products, not product, so be careful there. So select table name dot column name from table 1, inner join table 2 on table 1 dot column name equals table 2 dot column name. Now let's run this statement, and you can see now we have much more useful information. Instead of having the product ID, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we have the name. So we can see espresso was ordered at this time, and it's ordered by the product name by default. And then you can see when the macchiatos and the cappuccinos and the filters and lattes, etc. are ordered. So this is how we join tables using an inner join. And it's quite a lot of writing here. There's quite a long statement to write out, but there's actually a shorthand version of this, and let's write out the shorthand version now. So I'm going to write the equivalent join statement, but I'm going to write the shorthand version. So again, we start with select, and instead of writing the whole table name, I'm just going to write p.name. so P for products, and then I'm going to type orders, O for orders, so O dot order time from orders, and after orders I'm just going to type O. So this is like when we did the column name aliases, we wrote column name as another name, so this is like equivalent of that but for tables. So we're saying that the orders table is going to be referenced as an O from now on in this statement. And then on the next line we can actually just type join rather than inner join. So join and inner join are the same, are equivalent. We need to type products, and then we need to set the table alias again. So for products it's going to be P, and then we need to do on O dot product ID is equal to P dot ID. So you can see this was a lot quicker to write out when you use the table name aliases, so orders to O and products to P. And then let's run this statement, and you can see it returns exactly the same information. So we can also have where clauses and order by clauses in our joins as well. So let's add a few now. So I'm actually going to also add the price to this query, so p.price, the price column from the products table, and I'm going to add an order by statement. So I'm going to say order by, and I want to order it by the order time this time rather than the product name. So in the order by I need to write O, because it's the orders table, dot order time. And let's run that query now, and you can see it's added the price column from the products table, but it's no longer ordered by product name, it's ordered by the order time. So we have the 1st of January 2017, and then the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, etc. So remember, when you're adding in order by clauses to your joins, you need to first state the table name, then the column name. And it's exactly the same for the where clauses. So let's add a where clause where the product ID is equal to 5. So again, we need to state the table. So the product ID is from the orders table. So we need to type O.product ID is equal to 5. And then we can run that statement, and you can see it's just returned all the orders for product ID 5, which is Americano. So we've got Americano, the price, and every time that was ordered at the store. Okay, so that's it for inner joins. Just remember the syntax when writing inner join queries. You type select table name dot column name for all the columns you want to have in your result set, and then you say from table 1 join table 2 on table 1 dot column name equals table 2 dot column name, and make sure that these two columns are equivalent to each other, so product ID and ID fields. So if you want to practice your inner join statements, maybe you'd like to try and write a query which joins the orders table and the customers table.